Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good day, everyone. So, uh, this time we'll be looking at language used in meetings in terms of introduction or the beginning part of a meeting. So, these are the things that we'll be looking at. The first one is greetings and starting the meeting. Number two is welcoming and introducing. The third one is giving apologies for the absentees. And the last one is stating the objectives and purpose. Now, this is just a quote that you can just read on your own and try to be fulfilled or enlightened by this quote. Okay, now in every introduction, the chairperson, he or she must perform a few tasks, such as to open the meeting, to introduce new members, or to invite introductions from the participants. If let's say that is your first time conducting a meeting, and you may need to introduce yourself, so he or she will invite others to introduce him or herself, or and even stating the meeting purpose or objectives, and also to apologize for the absentees or people who are absent for the meeting. So the phrases on the few for the next few slides, the phrases are those commonly used by a chairperson. If let's say you are the one to chair the meeting, you are the chairperson or the chairman. So you may need to look at a few phrases that are commonly used in terms of introduction of a meeting or in the beginning part of the meeting. So we'll start with the first one, which is greeting and starting the meeting. So when you want to start the meeting, these are the few phrases that you can use. Yeah. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Or good evening, everyone. If we all here, shall we get started? Or since we are all here, let's get started. Or let's start the meeting. All right, I think we should start. Or let's get down to the business, shall we? Let's start the meeting, shall we? This is the phrases that you can actually use when you want to begin the meeting. But bear in mind, you can only do this when the members are all seated, are all settled down in the so-called meeting or meeting room. Next is to welcome or to introduce. These are the few phrases. The first one, first of all, I would like to introduce two colleagues. Okay, not colleges, colleagues from EQ Group. Colleagues means your friends working together in the same place. Or please join me in welcoming Mr. Rama, our new branch manager. Or I'd like to extend my warm welcome to Mr. Ali, who has just joined us. Who has just joined us, not it doesn't mean that that person just came to the meeting, but or recently or just arrived at the meeting, but recently joined us or has just joined us means has recently joined the company. Or it's my pleasure to warmly welcome Dr. Ainul to our meeting. She is from EKIM. Also, once you are done introducing new members or introducing special guests to your meeting, next is for you to apologize for the absentees. So these are the phrases that you can actually use. I'm afraid Mr. Anas Ali cannot be with us today. He is in Penang. Unfortunately, not Mr. Yeah, I think it should be Mrs. Intan Said will not be here today because she has an urgent matter to attend to, or I have received apologies for absence from Mrs. Lam, who is on maternity leave. Now, please note that when giving apologies for the absentees, you must not forget to include the reasons of being absent. Okay, the last one is to state objectives of the purpose. I guess it's although it is mentioned in the agenda of the meeting or even in the notice of the meeting, I think it's best for you to reinstate or it's best for you to re-mention what are the purposes or the objectives of the meeting. So here are a few phrases that you can actually use. Let me first explain the purpose of the meeting, and then you continue explaining what are the purposes. Or we are here to discuss our Kearney Lodge project, or we're here to make a decision on the 3 proposals from our clients, or our aim today is to look into new alternatives to solve our immediate problem with Inda Property Group, or I've called this meeting to consider the acquisition of Gulia Incorporated. Okay, this is an in-class activity that I would like all of you to do. That is to practice opening a meeting. So you must imagine that you are the chairperson and you're going to open the meeting. So I would like you to look at this notice of meeting, and based on this notice of meeting, I would like you to create a sketch, you and your partner. You can work with your partner, or maybe more than two person in a group, or 2 students in a group, or 3 of you, or you can just practice on your own. And it would be lovely if you can just share with whatever that you have practiced. That means you, since we are doing this online, maybe you can video record yourself, upload it on YouTube, and share the embed YouTube video with us on iDiscuss. That's all. Thank you.